There it goes. Hello, everyone. I am your faceless voice for the evening, and you are watching the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, we do mini-campaigns, we do long-running campaigns, we get easily distracted by things on our other monitor. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Sorry, I just got a flurry of messages from my mod, and that's never good. But we'll get to that. But before we get into tonight's game, we do have a few sponsors. The first being Hero Forge. It is the site that we use to make all of these wonderful tokens. It is mainly where you can go to make super cool miniature models and get them sent straight to your door. You can even paint them there on the website. It's super cool. They're always adding new stuff, new weapons, new gear, new outfits, new spells, everything. Highly recommend you go check it out. One of the mods will post a link there in chat that you can use to not only get cool stuff, but support us in the process. And we heckin' love you for it. Or I'll post it. That's fine. Mods are asleep. Post koalas. There we go.
Wasn't Airbens.
Our other sponsor is
Mods are asleep.
Sound.
Spam the server with koalas. Do it. Go. There's a sticker.
Other sponsor is Epidemic Sound. It is the site that we use to get all our royalty-free sounds and sound effects. If any mix match genre that you could ever want, from country western to hard rock to sensual jazz, all genres that I've had to look up when I run TTRPGs. And yeah, any mix of anything in between. But once again, you can use our link, post it right there for you. You get 30 days access free to the entirety of the website. At the end of the 30 days, if you decide that you don't want it, if you don't need it, you can absolutely cancel. Doesn't cost you a penny, but it supports us either way. We heckin' love you for it. Also, Fail, we heckin' love you, buddy. You come in and just kick off our top sub donor like that. Yeah, I see you. I see what you're doing. But thank you. Other than that, right? Coming up on the 8th, we have a game of Pathfinder 2nd Edition with Geek James 513. On the 9th, we have the first official game of our Icon campaign. If you like our Lancer game, Icon is very similar, but it is set in a fantasy setting, a fantasy post-apocalyptic setting, instead of sci-fi corporate setting. It's very cool. On the 10th, we are playing Fabula Ultima, a TTJ RPG. So if you like games like Final Fantasy, Fire Emblem, Shining Force, huge influence there. It's going to be so much fun. On the 11th, we have a game of Wild Sea, DM'd by the lovely Potete, who is, I think this is the continuation that we have been waiting for like 3 months, but it's cool. On the 12th, we have a game called Witch Fated Soul, which, if you like gothic fantasy and magic, of course, it's going to be up your alley. And on the 14th, we have a game of Turkey Terror, where if you've ever seen the movie Birds, picture that, but, you know, with turkeys. It's going to be great. All right. I think that's it. I can mute myself, pass it on over to the actual storyteller for the evening, Meg. It's all yours.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, as always, and thank you so much for being our fantastic stream manager for the evening. We love you for it. Hello, everyone. I am Meg Mysteria, your game mother for this evening. I'd like to welcome and thank everyone for joining us on this next episode of Project Sunbreaker. We're kicking it off with Season 1, Pandora's Hope, The Plague of Nightmares. Before we get into the meat of things, however, there's a few things we need to address. This campaign has an action horror basis, so general warnings include gore, violence, death, body horror, and psychological horror. And if you're not familiar with the alien universe, a very nasty monster with metal teeth, psychotic androids, and the ever-present fear of something going wrong and possibly being vented out into space. In regards only so much we can do for you as viewers. If something comes up that you're uncomfortable with, we encourage you to step away for a few minutes and come back when the scene is past, or if need be, stop watching entirely. Now, there's several fantastic people on screen with me tonight, so let's go around, starting with... Hold on, where's my list? I have a list, starting with Leo.
Hi, everyone.
And I have a question for you guys. What is it that haunts you to this day?
And again, this is in character, right?
Yes.
Because you don't want me to go into my personal backstory.
Oh no, I do. If you could, please.
We're gonna save that for the late show. Hi, everyone. Copper Leo here. I'll be playing Chad tonight. Chad, I would have to say his greatest fear is basically feeling helpless or powerless in a dangerous or emotionally intense situation.
Okay, moving right along. Let's see. Fail.
Hey everybody, I'm Fail. I'm playing Reese, a amateur sci-fi erotica author, conspiracy theorist, and I would say what haunts him is probably a huge part of his backstory in that his father, Bob Ross, may have committed some happy accidents that are being used to blackmail him into his job.
Moving right along, we have Cass.
How do I follow daddy issues?
Mommy issues.
Mommy issues.
Hobby issues?
Mommy. I am Cass, aka Yoda. I am playing Patty Richards, and Patty's biggest fear is Patty's biggest fear is losing herself, like she lost her wife. She does not want to go out that way. Take it down a notch.
And next we have Kit.
Hello, I'm Kit. I will be playing Dr. Tal Zinling tonight. And what haunts Tal? Oh boy, what doesn't? I think what's in the back of their mind always is they are a researcher at heart, but they know that their research is never just theirs. Anybody can get their hands on it and use it for whatever they so choose. And they, don't always have a say in that. And that is a little bit terrifying. Also recent as novels. Yes, that haunts them on the daily.
And next we have Caitlin.
Daff Aquino, a neck, who has begrudgingly retired at the way station and is in her time basically becoming an amateur podcast journalist. And what haunts her? Well, being a roughneck and having a lot of multiple freighters, the worst thing to think back on was a bad case of the stomach flu paper. And that was a really terrible event. But the drink and the deep stuff doesn't last too long. That's good.
And last but not least, we have Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I play Layla Farouk, and what still haunts Layla to this day is the static of the radio on her last grand mission as a colonial marine.
Man, y'all have some varying degrees of trauma. But we wouldn't
almost
be
like we're
playing
playing
a
a horror
sci-fi
game.
horror game without it.
It's like I say in D&D, no one goes out adventuring if they're happy at home.
So now that we know what lurks in the back of everyone's minds, let's find out what's lurking where they live.
Koalas.
After a strain, koalas.
Our Hannah's family.
Those are the air vents.
That IP. We don't have that IP.
After a strange day of technical issues, bartering over secrets, antagonistic workers, and out-of-sorts waymen, you all find yourselves, in one way or another, gathering together to try to make sense of these outbursts. Some of you are familiar, some of you are more strangers than anything, and yet here you are. There's one more voice we haven't gotten to meet yet. F, how did your day start?
Well, Daph's a pretty early riser, around 4:45 a.m. Nope. All right, we're turning them off.
Nope, that was good. Okay.
Oh, that was fine.
That was for the 4:45.
Yeah.
That was for the 4:45. You're good. Oh, now you're muted.
In Twitch,
Yeah.
no one can hear you scream.
I mean,
All the
y'all are in the
chemicals.
middle of space unless you're connected to something inside. Can't hear anything.
I'm not hearing anything.
Heard you for a
Alright,
second.
well, we give Daff
Turn
to
it into-
Daff a minute.
Well,
All right.
It's all the chemicals
We
and
can
the
hear
vents,
you
I'm telling
typing.
you.
Okay, you can hear me typing. Can you hear me any better now?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yes,
great.
we can.
Absolutely.
All right, so sorry. I'm glad Eldritch Horror is gone. Yeah, I would say Daff gets up early, 4:45 a.m. Kind of naturally at this point. She's on a bit of a cycle. And so she takes her time getting out of bed, sits, meditates, sits on her bunk for a while. She looks up at the top of her bunk where she's got these photos of really just one photo of a middle-aged woman with brown curls and soft eyes who's kind of squeezing her arms around a girl with like pixie cut black hair and the same soft kind of honey brown eyes as the woman. And she'll read for an hour or two. That's her gym. I know there are a couple gym rats in here, but yeah, she'll sit there and read. Maybe occasionally a little erotica that she hears is passing around, passing hands in the cage. And then she gets her equipment together, her notebook, her pen. She's old school, tape recorder and mic, and just starts going out, hitting the galley for the latest story.
Where would you say your normal hub is?
I'd say she spends most of her time in the habitational ward, kind of flirting around the galley, around the different bars there, around the living quarters. And when she can, skirt to other places, she does.
Oh, and lurking in the habitational ward, hanging out in the galley, you do get to witness as people come and go. You know how to watch for people. You recognize a number of faces, although they might not know who you are. As people go in and out with the shift change. As you are sitting, maybe enjoying your meal, you get to watch as a very out of sorts man lurks in the center of the galley, basically pacing circles and muttering to himself. And he is there for hours.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping tabs on that. I think I would try to kind of skirt around the area and check in with people close by to be like, do you know that person? You know, anyone got any idea what's going on with them?
You managed to catch a couple of the guys that had actually come off shift with him. It looks like, based on their uniform, they work the same sector. And one of them just looks back at their coworker who just stopped in the middle of the galley and looks back at you and says, "That's Francis. We don't know what his deal is. He's been squirrely all day."
What do you mean, squirrely? Like that squirrely or other kind of squirrely?
Oh, just like that. You can't get the man to focus on anything.
And is there anything? This is out of the norm for Francis here.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. We tried talking him to going to medical, but he's been refusing. And if you try to get if you try to put your hands on him, well, and cut to Layla putting her hand on Francis's shoulder and him immediately trying to whip around and elbow her in the face, only to get pinned to a table. Well, that's happened a couple of times. Somebody did get sent to medical for hitting their head on a pipe.
Oh wow! All right. Well, I'm trying to keep eyes on the situation that's evolving there, but also want to kind of get a little more out of these folks that I'm talking to. So I'm gonna, while I'm keeping tabs, just well, do you know if anything's changed in Francis's life that might have brought this on? Lack of sleep or not feeling well?
Look, we've got no idea. He said he's mentioned something about having like not sleeping well, but then again, no one here on this fucking station sleeps well. Look, I've only got a few hours before my next shift starts, so I can't entertain your questions all day. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Thanks so much for your time. And I will navigate around, just trying to watch from a distance, Layla and Francis.
They have their confrontation. Francis seems to sober up a little bit as Layla lets him go when they talk for a moment before parting ways. Layla returns to her post at Richard's Tacos, and Francis moves over to the galley line to Get a tray of mystery meat from Chad.
Yeah, I think I would follow after marking where Layla went, so I know where to go back and find her when I need her. But I'll follow Francis and try to eavesdrop on conversations that are happening.
How close are you getting as he's in line?
I'd like to get close enough that I can hear what they're saying, even if I've got to, as stealthily as I can. Like if I could
Make
sneak
me
too, I'll do that.
if you're I'm gonna say make me an observation roll to see what you hear. And Chad, since they are hanging around your line, you're welcome to make an observation as well and see if you catch them.
That's a success.
Caitlin, it looks like your roles are set to private.
Yourself? Okay.
And I told that no on the push. And then it rolled for me anyway. Oh well.
All right, I'll roll it again. All
so
right.
if you
fail,
you don't have to select. If you don't want to push it, just don't select the button.
There's a button that says yes or no. And I gotta push the button.
If you select it, it pushes the roll.
Where's the any key?
Yeah, I know it says like push yes or no, but if you hit the button, it does push the roll. So if you don't want to push it, you just leave it alone.
all right. I will push. Okay. All right. I think I got 2 6s and 1 1. Is that?
You got 3 successes total.
Uh-huh.
So if you click on the little gear set next to observation, it gives you a list of stunts. For each extra success, after 1, you can pick one of those stunts.
Okay.
There's not really any of those questions that apply, so
Yeah.
I'm fine if you want to make some stuff up. I'll tell you if it's unreasonable.
I think I just want to be able to hear the conversation as clearly as I possibly can, without being caught, if that can be a thing.
Sure.
Sweet.
Chad, from your initial roll, not factoring the push, because that was on accident, you do spot them hanging out. But it's not kind of clear as to why. You can probably pin that just someone curious, because this guy is making a little bit of a scene. Daff, as far as what you hear the entire conversation between Chad and Francis about the time being off, how he doesn't drink, hasn't taken anything, and after receiving his mystery meat, retreats to the corner of the galley to sit and kind of prod at his food. And following after, and are you following after him to kind of keep an eye on what he's doing, listening in?
Yeah, I think again I'd like mark Chad in my mind as a person I might want to come back to talk more in depth about what happened with their interaction. But I feel pretty good about what I've caught, so I'm gonna kind of go and and kind of sit, come by Francis and go, is this seat taken here?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Ooh, gotta love the food, right?
It's food, I guess.
Loosely defined food.
Yeah. Food in quotations. Yeah. I like to close my eyes and imagine it's something more edible, like spam or mac and cheese. I'm simple. I got simple tastes. How's your day going?
Hmm?
How-
It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Are you feeling all right?
Tired. Just got off my shift. Who are you?
Oh, sorry.
Why are you asking me all these questions?
I'm just a storyteller of sorts. I like to just kind of get to know people and get to understand them a little better. I'm just a bit talkative. I'm sorry if I'm disturbing you from your meal.
It's fine, but I don't much feel like talking. So, if it's all the same to you, just gonna eat. As he continues to poke at his food.
All right, sounds good. And I'll get up and I'll go a couple tables away, give the person some distance. But I won't take my eyes off him unless I see other things like that strike my fancy, gain my interest.
You're watching throughout the day as people kind of come and go. People seem a bit more wired, and you know that seems like there are more working Joes, and even the marshals but walking through are a closer knit rotation than usual. It's not an absurd number, but it's for someone who pays attention to that kind of thing, it's notable.
Mm-hmm. I think in seeing that, I might want to kind of head over to get just a little bit closer to where maybe some of the working Joes or marshals are kind of gathered, so I can just see if I'm picking up anything from their conversations about what might be going on.
Not really much. The working Joes are very autonomous, so if you approach one of them or get close enough, they generally just kind of stop and look at you and ask if they can ask, "Can I help you? Is there something that I can do for you?"
Nope. I almost forget that. Right. So yeah, I'll kind of just, if I'm not feeling like I'm getting much out of there, I think I'll meander back to see like if Layla's still at post, to maybe check in with with Layla or see what's happening there.
Layla, from what I remember, pulls doubles every time she works. So Layla has been at Richard's Tacos all day.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I just want to kind of observe. At some point, I might, if it's like a busy time, or seems busier, and like Layla might be a little distracted, just kind of casually go over and just ask, "How's the night been or day been?"
Is this before or after Talisman would have come in?
Let's say before,
Okay.
time-wise.
Pretty standard, I guess. Who are you?
I'm Daff. I'll hold up my hand to shake.
Gonna like look at it for a second and then like gingerly take it.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm recently retired, and just trying to find my place. So I guess I was just asking around. I noticed you had a moment with that person who seemed to be kind of out of sorts.
Goodbye, Kalim. Anyway, I guess standard bouncer work. You get tweakers and you make sure they're not causing any trouble.
It seemed like a normal tweaker to you?
Will our tweakers normal?
Fair point. I guess, did it seem, I don't know, just seemed a little different from rowdy or spaced out crowd.
Let me give you some advice. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
But you see, I do want the answers, so.
Well, I don't know if I do. I just want to keep this place safe, make an honest dollar, and keep my head down.
I feel that. Well, I appreciate it. And if you happen to see, anything else. Actually, a quick question. I noticed a couple of the marshals kind of filtering in here. Is this the usual? You usually see this kind of fanfare?
I have the problem memory of a koala. It's like not usually this like footed by marshals, right? That's like a out of character question.
A handful of them come through, but usually they're all kind of got their own hangs and places that they prefer, so you would likely end up getting a few of them that are regulars to Richard's Tacos, mostly because they like looking at the pretty busser.
Okay. In that case, I mean, I don't know, lots of elevated pigs come in all the time.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure. And how are the tacos here? Are they like, tacos, or are they like, you're here for the drink?
Does Daff look like they have more than their meal chips in their pockets at most time? Like they have like a decent income?
Daff is kind of dressed in like workers' clothes, like kind of the khaki pants with a bunch of pockets. But then she's got this like blazer that's this bright kind of like velvety mustard. Like she's trying to make herself look put together. So yeah, she doesn't look super wealthy or anything.
Okay. Should I like take a moment and go? Yeah, like you could probably afford them.
Yeah. All right. Well, nice meeting you. I'll
Sure.
go. I'll try to find a seat where I can just kind of keep my eyes on things. And as I'm looking, is Francis still like sitting and eating, or is Francis gone by now?
Francis is still there, poking at his food and
Okay.
apparently muttering to himself.
Yeah, I think I'll just try to find a seat at Joe's, or like maybe lean against a wall, I guess, depending on the layout. But just wanting to keep an eye on the whole kind of spread of the Marshals and Francis and the other folks.
And slowly, the day starts to come to an end. Everyone starts leaving their shifts. At least the scientists and the corporates are technically off the clock. People have come and gone for their meals. And you watch as Allison passes by and ends up in Richard's Tacos, talking with Layla.
Right. I will try to eavesdrop.
So, for eavesdropping, roll observation.
Alright.
How stealthy are you trying to be about it?
Well, I think I don't want to throw. I feel like I got kind of like maybe slightly prickly vibes from Layla, so I'm like, I don't want to throw Layla off and make it seem like I'm just outright listening to her combo. So I will try to keep some distance. In my observation, I got 1 success and one not good looking roll.
So, the face hugger on the yellow die means that you have made a panic roll. So I need you to click the stress button.
Okay. No stress. Let's see. Where is the stress button?
On your character sheet, it would just be the word stress, or you can. No, you can't.
On it. All right, stress has been rolled.
Your call it the journalist's instinct. Your senses are starting to kind of go off as you're sitting down trying to listen to this conversation, but you hear Marshals and some of the Joes picking up behind you. A fight's broken out on the other side of the galley. Some of them are heading towards that, and then there's others getting a call over their comms reporting another fight in the gym. So you've got a bit of a twitch going. We'll say that you're not really within range of anybody to kick up their stress level, but yours does need to go up by 1.
Okay. Yikes. 2 stress. Yeah, I think in just like trying to take in all of these things that are happening is does the fight look like, can I see any of the fight from here?
Yes. Watch as Francis has gotten into a fight with another roughneck, and a couple of marshals and Joes are getting between them. And Francis is, and actually they're both being dragged towards the monorail to be taken probably to the medical wing. Or security. You're not really sure.
Okay. And am I catching any of the combo between Layla and Kit, or am I mostly... I'm distracted by all the other things happening. Or by Taliesin.
I'm here now?
I know, Kit's here.
Yeah, you and Layla are sat down and are having your conversation. With that success, you do manage to overhear some of the conversation. I will let you guys decide amongst yourselves what part of that gets heard.
Let's choose conversation.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly what we talked about.
It was like, Layla asked a veiled question, like trying to figure out something about the busser by talking to another young woman. And then it was like small talk, and
Layla was asking veiled questions and getting veiled answers back. I think Tal was stressed about work, safe to say. And then Layla did give Taliesin like a business card.
Yeah.
With like, I don't like their comm number.
Detective.
Unclear.
Yeah. Their side hustle as a detective.
Correct.
I think they're like the most like juicy thing to overhear probably would be when she asked Taliesin like if Taliesin was happy here. Like
yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they sounded very certain, totally certain that they were super happy. Here, everything's fine.
A new person, just you would see the light bulb for Daff kind of going off of like a new person to track from here on.
Great.
Very notably, you would catch that Taliesin makes comments about her work, being that she does work in the research department. She likes the work, not necessarily the circumstances. Is what I remember from the conversation anyway. You guys are welcome to correct me if I am wrong.
Yeah, they enjoy the work. You know, sometimes it's not perfectly ideal, but they're not angry. It's as good a place as any to do it.
No.
And then they dip in a hurry.
I will.
don't know that we're there yet.
I was like, when we get to that point, I think I would try to follow after to see where they're dipping to so quickly and in a state.
You watch as Taliesin's comms apparently light up, and she gets a message and very quickly gathers her things and has to take their leave. And I believe, did you call Layla or did you talk to her in person.
Taliesin like called Layla, and then Layla ran over to Chad and was like, "Hey, want to make some money?" And then we both went to.
Yeah, Layla was like, "We need to go to room 420," and Chad's like, "Oh, you mean Reese's room?"
Yeah.
Al notably did not mention money.
I don't know that.
Cannot stress this enough. Tal did not say anything about money.
No, that was just a lie. That was just a lie.
It's canon now. Patty and Reese are roommates.
Facts.
Oh, that means Reese is printing the same chapter twice for Patty.
Yep. We can hand wave that away.
No, it's better that way.
It's true. I have the copy for editing and the copy for reading.
Exactly. One's for perusal at work, and the second is for editing.
Look, it's how I boost my numbers, okay?
He gets me back for waking up at ass o'clock in the morning somehow. Oh.
All right. So you guys are making your way towards
Downtown?
Walking fast.
making your way downtown, walking fast.
On the way to room 420.
Roll me observation to figure out what faces you're passing. No, don't do that. As you guys make your way towards Reese's and Patty's bunk, Daff, are you trying to be stealthy about this?
Yeah, I think I would be. As stealthy as I can be in my loud coat.
I'm gonna say make me a mobility roll -1 for that. Just because of the mustard yellow coat.
Loud coat.
Okay.
It's very obviously noticeable.
The coat
amongst
literally
all the gray.
screams fashion crime every time you walk.
Yeah. How do I do the -1?
Right click.
Right click. Thank you. And -1 roll. Okay. Ooh.
So go ahead and roll me that panic.
All right. Stress. Yeah. Twitching and trembling.
That twitch turns into a tremble as you make your way past the common area of the gym, and you can see inside where Patty has made her way from. It's become almost a near uncontrollable mob. The Joes are in there at this point, subduing people, along with the marshals with stun batons.
Yeah, I'm trying to be stealthy, but I can feel my body just like vibrating as I'm like passing through. I think I'm starting to pattern connect maybe faster than I should be, but it's happening and I can feel my heart beating faster and faster.
I have a stress point to your pool for that.
I did.
But you guys made it. One by one, you all gather in Reese's and Patty's room. with the exception of Daff, who I assume is maybe lurking outside, unless you decide to approach somebody.
Would I be there yet?
You would probably be there faster than Reese, because I believe Reese was still in
I was already
the
in my room.
office.
Yeah.
Oh, were
I thought
you?
he was. Yeah.
He's got to listen to comms.
Yeah, that's why we were all meeting there, because I was doing
You
things
know-
I shouldn't be.
Yeah, Reese left
I
first.
was being illegal in my free time.
Reese arrived
As
slots
opposed
and
to on
leaves
the clock.
first.
What Reese does in Reese's
I mean,
room.
if Patty opens the door and sees the sleeve of a mustard blazer waving by, gonna be like, who the fuck is that?
Y'all are welcome to roll observations to see if you spot. Yeah.
Where did my character sheet go?
I would love to see if I can peep if I'm being followed. Probably not. Well,
Good.
unless
Success.
I forgot that was a wit roll. So
Right. What is that? 2 successes? Yeah.
I know that mustard blazer anywhere.
Yep.
Dr. Lang and Representative Richards, you both catch sight of this individual wearing a bright yellow blazer, kind of lurking behind y'all,
They would also,
following but trying not to.
Just like,
and just a preference, they also see Chad just holding a propane tank in his hand.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
less worrying than a mustard yellow blazer.
Just
I think we're
prefacing
talking
it out there.
how much propane are we
Yeah.
talking?
Like the propane grill type of tank.
That's fine.
How big a grill?
It's a restaurant grill, so it's no. Yeah,
Big
you-
boys and run
Yeah.
Anyway, who the fuck are you? Quit looking in my hallway.
Sorry. My name's Daffy Keno Griggs. I'll stick out my hand and offer to shake.
I'm just gonna stare at the hand.
All right. Well, I'm just there's been a lot of fights breaking out, and I was just following a person who seemed to be going to a place with intent, which I felt like I should also be going because I don't like dealing in chaos, and so I'm just trying to find a safe space, I guess.
That is so much to process. Yeah, I guess. Are you useful?
I'd say so. I've worked for decades upon decades as a jack of all trades, a handy person. I do many different things.
Get in. And who are you with the propane tank?
I'm Chad.
What is this?
I was told that there was money involved here,
Wait,
so
I know you. Reese, your friend is here.
Oh yeah, I remember you, Karen,
Nope.
right?
I don't know how many times I have to explain. Not necessarily friends. He's a connection who can get me a koala.
I can get you a koala.
Are we all getting? Have you promised everyone a koala?
I
Wait,
mean,
I
there's-
have not been promised a koala.
who are you?
They called me on my comm. They said they
You-
needed help.
She offered to be of assistance for things. You said bring anyone who wasn't freaking out.
Guys,
She
guys,
seems to have a good head on her shoulders.
Layla's
I was
cool.
doing what I was
get in the room and I'm like dragging everybody in and slamming the door shut.
You guys gotta calm down. Layla's cool. Layla hooks me up when I go down to the bar. They inspire some of my chapters. They're perfectly fine here.
It's cool.
They inspire what chapters, Reese? I've read everything you've written.
Don't worry about it.
No worries.
So what's going on? What is going on? Why are we here?
Which chapter?
People are losing their fucking minds on the station. If you didn't notice.
Like in a new, weird way? Or...
Like, brawls in the gym? My tablet got broken. Reese, my tablet got broken. Can you fix it?
Yeah, I could take a look at it.
Thank you.
Well,
Like,
about
which gym?
While this is all going on, Chad just goes over to one of the tables, basically puts the propane tank down on the floor, takes his backpack out, and is just like unloading stuff as they're talking and discussing.
Cal is like putting everything that Patty is saying like through their like internal diagnostic criteria of like, okay, what sort of weird pathogen is at work here? Like, either this is nothing or like we're all gonna die. So
Reese is convinced they're pumping something through the air vents. I'm not inclined to disagree.
Airborne.
It explains everything. Look, they had stuff pumping in the vents that made
immune, Reese.
Look. Some people just aren't as affected by other people. There's an old movie from like the early 2000s, like way decades ago, called The Signal. And some people lost their fucking minds in this movie and went crazy, and some people weren't crazy. That's all I'm saying. Like,
pop culture to me is scientific reasoning. This isn't playing vinyl records backwards, okay?
I could play some backwards for you. Do you like
they sound terrible, and you're gonna scratch the hell out of my record collection again.
Yeah, but if you listen, you just gotta listen.
It's not even looking up from like their like tablet that they're like making notes on. It's like fiction is made in real life.
You ruined my Black Sabbath vinyl again, and I will throw you out of an airlock.
As soon as this conversation had started happening, Daff stuck her hand in her blazer coat and just a little click and is just recording. No.
Just a little click.
Just a little tiny.
No, seriously though, which gym? Like, are we talking upper sector, lower?
Mm-hmm.
Where like all the execs go, or where I go?
I'm assuming if it's Richards, we're talking third floor.
This is a higher. This is the level that's above the cages.
No,
basically they're dorm rooms.
No, like she's asking about the gym, like rich people gym or like poor people gym.
Oh,
it's the Corpo gym.
It's the Corpo gym.
Yeah. I know. She doesn't. Okay, so maybe there is something then.
I'm just saying. Anyway, I guess the motley crew of group here. I don't like riots on an isolated space station. Don't know about you all.
But you really called us here because security can't do their job?
Yes. It's security.
You sure this doesn't have anything to do with what you guys are doing in the labs here?
Why do you think I brought Tal? And Reese is hacking into every record we have, I hope.
I mean, I thought you guys were here for the live reading of Chapter 5.
Chapter 5 of what?
Oh, is Chapter 5 already out? Oh man, I missed that.
For your mental stability, I have kept this from you.
I imagine I appreciate this, actually.
The biology involved is so inaccurate, it would hurt your heart.
That's why it's called sci-fi. Duh.
Just
is there a game plan? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I know. Aside from people losing their minds, it's a very limited symptomology for me to run up. If that's why you brought me here.
Look, I'm trying to hack as much as I can. last
Brains?
when I started, it was slow. There was so much going on that I just couldn't get into everything. You're just gonna have to give me some time.
Look, all I'm saying is I've read all there is about containment on stuff like this, and if there's something weird that you can't explain, there's probably something alien around here.
Like, all I'm telling you,
A whole tower full of alien shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it contained? Do you even know what's going on in there?
Reese, are all the containment units closed in the labs?
Is this a question that takes more than a second to answer?
Surprised it doesn't even have to be asked, but this is why.
I locked all my shit up.
Yeah, but you have good lab protocol, Tal, which is why you're my favorite.
There's like one scientist that forgot to wash his hands.
I'm sorry, you forgot to what?
I'm just saying, maybe there's like a scientist that forgot to wash his hands and now he's just spreading.
You're gonna give me a heart attack.
Yeah, we fired that one.
Out of the airlock, I hope.
Of course. They were your predecessor, don't worry about it.
as far as I can see, yes, they all look closed. But there's a button here that says, like, press to open. I can.
No.
Don't.
Reese, for once in your life, resist the edge.
Does he need to be restrained?
Reese, I am begging you, as the one person on this space station that truly does not want to kill you at this moment, do not press that button.
Wait, let's back up. Why does everybody else want to kill me? Y'all came to my room. Look, if anybody should be mad about this invasion of privacy right now.
I'm neutral on it, honestly.
Just to let you know, I rolled a survival check, just trying to go through my knowledge since took the CBR in specialist on. Has there been anything that's been reported on things like this, like maybe ESP or anything related?
Like, are you talking like psychic?
Just, I mean, obviously there's something affecting it. It's either chemical or telepathic.
I'm telling you, they switched from the docile chemicals that they were pumping through the vents to chemicals to enrage people. It's an experiment. They're fucking with us.
I'm just saying, if it was an enraged gas, why didn't it affect us?
Because it doesn't affect everybody.
Statistically, it only needs to affect, 20% of the population?
Yeah, basically.
I'm sorry. Can I stop folks here for a second? You two kind of pointing at Patty and Reese. Being in this place and having called this group together, that I'm. Thank you for welcoming me. I just you feel pretty top level to me, and the fact that you all are questioning whether or not they flooded the vents with some kind of chemical to enrage 20% of the people, I feel like would be something you would hopefully know. Who else?
Dijon,
I feel like a middle manager.
Your name was Dijon, something like that, right? So let me ask you a question, dear.
Sure.
How long have you been working in corporate space?
How long have I been working in corporate space? Nada, zero. I don't.
So I may be upper middle management, so it's Reese. The first thing you learn when taking a position of upper middle management is that corporate's out to kill you.
Oh.
They don't fucking care, kid.
So yeah, I've got. Hold on, and I'm gonna start like rummaging through like some drawers. I have some pamphlets here. This pamphlet talks about the chemicals. This pamphlet talks about corporate trying to kill us, and I'm just gonna hand them over. And they're like really like cheaply made, like flimsy, like construction paper, like pamphlets. Like I've glued like with the like straw cleaners to them and everything. So.
Is there glitter?
Oh, absolutely.
Is there anything that would even remotely fit this symptomology being worked on in any of the labs that Tal might be aware of, or is this just entirely news?
So
I don't
one
think the pamphlets are gonna help.
of the symptoms of the Arcturian clearage that you were working on is delirium. However, that is also late stage exposure. There are a number of diseases that can cause fever, dreams, behavior, things like that. But there are other symptoms that go along with it. As far as you can tell medically, this just seems like maybe people are cracking from cabin fever. Not without being able to like see and study somebody who is experiencing these symptoms.
Definitely think there are going to be physical symptoms before there are any neurological symptoms to this degree. So Tal's got nothing.
We could always knock somebody out and drag them back to the lab.
That's something I can do. That is in my skill set. Figuring out what's happening? No.
Hey.
Feels like a very quick way to get arrested.
Like I haven't been arrested before?
They're gonna be busy. We can get you out of that.
Hey, Reese.
Yeah, what's up?
You remember Francis?
Yeah, Francis. That dude was so chill.
Yeah, he works down in aquaponics.
Yeah.
Do you know what his last job shifts have been?
No, I haven't heard from Francis in a couple weeks, so...
How about you, Karen? Do you know about Francis?
Quit calling me Karen.
Is that not your name?
No. No.
Sorry, Reese kept saying you were Karen.
I have never called Patty Karen. All right. Patty is the only person on this space station who doesn't want to murder me.
Reese and I have bonded, and I really am hurt by this.
All right. But look, I noticed earlier today, my man Francis seemed disillusioned and stuff, and then later on he started becoming enraged. So he'd been doing some double shifts at his job down in aquaponics. So if one of you guys could do some typing and looking up and see what he's been doing, that might tell us where the chemical leak is.
Reese?
I got one success on a Comtech roll.
So, rolling through records, yes, it's shown that he has been working long shifts. And you see a number of familiar names that share shifts with him. It's worth it to note that based on some of the pictures from the profiles, chat, if you're happening to look over the side, you saw them come in with Francis at the end of their shift. They were perfectly fine. And for the side of it, they've spent the same amount of time working aquaponics with him. As far as where in aquaponics, it's in the maintenance rig underneath the whole setup. That's where they are most of the time, making sure that everything's running smoothly with the filtration system.
Filtration system. Great.
To clarify, filtration being the water.
Oh, there you go. Sounds like something's affecting the water.
Well,
Doctor, am I mistaken? Earlier when I was
probably.
listening to various comms. You're working on a virus, correct?
This isn't going to be viral, Reese.
They look at Patty like, am I at liberty to stay?
You're
Weren't you guys working on a cure for chlamydia?
We're not. No, we're okay. We are trying not to get fired. We are working on something. It is fluid transmission, but they would be showing much more visible physical symptoms.
Virulent and I don't think this is viral. I think this is chemical.
Let me build my hypothesis, please.
Build.
Before you left the lab, every night, all of your samples were in check. Somebody didn't maybe take one and drop it into the water filtration system, or decide to fucking kill everybody.
Breeze, your paranoia is showing. Breathe.
I don't believe so.
By the way, Chad is just over at the table, basically connecting like a burner and a hose to the propane tank, and then like duct taping an aerosol can to it.
Reese, have a cookie. Where's your special cookies? Where are they? Where'd you put them?
They're in my desk at work.
Sorry, Doctor.
Do you think it's mutated? There's no way. I mean,
No,
it would have to be in a...
Your shit's too virulent. It's got to be chemical.
What are the
it's
physical?
Just
I would have to look at somebody.
Too weak.
Who do you need to
Can't handle
locate?
living on a station, never seeing a real sun or moon.
I mean, it could be cabin fever, but a whole population in different parts of the station doesn't make sense.
I mean, mass hysteria has been around for literally thousands of years.
Dancing syndrome, or whatever it was called.
Dancing syndrome.
Tarantella, yes. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Wait. Oh my god. We brought koalas onto the station.
They're not
They're not koalas.
No, koalas tend to carry mites. It's just like the bubonic plague.
They came in completely hermetically sealed containers.
I wasn't there. I didn't see any.
Wait, you guys literally have koalas on here? I thought it was just a fucking joke.
Check. Here's the document.
It's a colloquialism. They're not really koalas.
Okay. Shut it. Stop it. No more. The koalas came in perfectly sealed. They have been in hermetically sealed labs ever since.
Is this a koala-spiracy?
No.
There's nothing else that can explain it. The koalas are the only unknown factor here. Unless
I'm gonna pause for a
DM
minute.
red flag.
I'm gonna pause for a second. I'm fine with you guys continuing to let your chaos unravel. However, I do need everybody to make an observation roll for me.
Oh, there it goes. Villain. Paul.
I just click this.
Yeah, when you have to use a villain point to get the plot along.
Oh, sweetie.
Oh no, Daff.
Oh, honey, sweetie baby.
I am stressed out.
Bye, Kate. Bye,
Daff.
So stressed.
Please roll that panic for me.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh
no.
More panic.
Is Daff just sweating and like rips the laser off?
Oh, you just like throw the tape recorder on the ground?
Drop
it. Nothing's actually happening, and Daff's already like, "We're dead. We're fucking dead. Game over, man."
I'm sitting here just hearing that there's chemical warfare or virus.
Koalas.
Terrible. I think Oh.
We're gonna kick it off with that one, and maybe that's what kind of draws the attention. What are you holding? Anything in your hand at the moment?
I think if I was holding anything, it would be my like notebook and pen. But I did end up clicking on my tape recorder, so I am in a trembly state. I think I should go with the worst possible outcome, which is that my hands are just shaking so bad and the tape recorder kind of fumbles out and I'm like trying to put it back in.
And the reason for this is everyone who rolled a success, so Layla, it looks like you missed it. What you caught, and those of you who saw it, please add a stress die to your pool. What you caught was Reese's terminal in front of him. Completely glitched out, unprompted. It turned static. It looked like maybe there was a face. And then it went back to what it was. The profiles, the list of names. Some of these things seem a little out of place. You can't quite put your finger on what's changed.
Reese,
Yeah, what's up?
please tell me that was a video game opening and not a face I just saw.
Oh, it's probably just a virus. I download a lot of stuff. I just haven't scanned for viruses recently.
Please scan for viruses right now.
All right, I'll run a virus scan. Let's see if we pick up anything here.
Can you make sure that your mic is off, please?
Make that panic roll.
I was waiting for him to fail so it could be like, Norton says it's good.
Wait, how do I roll panic?
I just got rid of a villain point. Come on, guys.
Where's the panic roll?
It's like stress on your
the
sheet.
word stress.
Oh.
Click it. Click it real good. Do, 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 do.
Panic dance.
Panics and turns on the music application.
You're running your virus scan, and the virus scan comes back clean.
Hey, so that crazy
Nothing
McAfee
out of the
guy,
ordinary.
he says there's nothing going on here.
The McAfee guy's been dead for a couple centuries, so
Yeah, but Patty, you remember like back in the 90s, there was something called Bonsai Buddy? Well, I've downloaded that to my Comtech, but it's the McAfee guy, and he just spouts conspiracies at me while he checks for viruses.
Reese, I thought we talked about this. My friend, we're gonna have to. Okay, no, this is fine.
Who's in charge of tech? I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm not that
You do
crazy.
know what you're doing. I trust you. I'm not concerned about potentially placing my life in your hands at all in this moment.
I am concerned.
Yeah.
I need a special cookie. Anyway. Breathing. What is on my floor? What fell out of your coat?
Huh?
That's a tape recorder.
It is a box that
collects audio input to be replayed later.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Well, I did state my name. I am Daph Aquino Griggs. I am also a podcast journalist.
How long have you been on this station?
I like straighten my coat out. And
Podcast journalist.
That's right, and I take my occupation very seriously, and I feel like this all needs to get out to the people in a way where...
Dev, darling, is that a live stream device? Or do you edit later?
It is older tech. I edit later, and I'm like gonna grip it closer to me.
Keep it. This is fine.
Point of order, if I may. If this is some sort of viral situation, sure, by all means, let folks know, warn people, etc., etc. If this is an instance, God forbid, of mass hysteria on the ship, and you get it into the minds of every single person on board this way station, do you know how many people I'm going to have coming through the med bay and my labs in particular?
I'm just trying...
wild symptomology that I'm not going to be able to do anything... I'm not going to have anything to give to them.
I'm just trying to get the appropriate information. I'm not disseminating this in this exact moment, because right now it seems like nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
I'm just saying, you ain't getting nothing done here. If anybody wants to come down to me, to Aquaphonics, so we can check out that system,
I'm
you
going
can come with me.
Check this plan. Tal, are you... I know you're always prepared, but do you have things to collect samples?
Am I going to be in trouble if I say yes?
No.
Then yes.
Okay.
Ah, that's a write-up.
I'm your boss, not him.
Anyway, I'm going to head down there. At which point he puts on his backpack that now has the propane tank in it that is basically now a impromptu flamethrower.
Suddenly realizing that this is happening.
I'd like to reach under my bed and pull out a small footlocker and open it up and pull out both my guns.
I'm gonna swing by my bunk and get my lady. I'll meet you all in aquaponics.
Whoa, no. I don't feel like splitting up is a good idea. What floor are you on?
What floor am I on? Glorious game mother.
Pretty sure Layla can handle herself.
The floor below.
Okay.
Next floor down.
Just a floor down.
I'm also going to pull a combat knife out and expect the blade and like strap it to my back.
I just need to get my scope rifle. I feel like I'm gonna...
Is everyone packing just ridiculous amounts of heat?
I will turn and look at you, Dr. Tal, and just be like, I got a pen and a pocket knife. So
Chad is literally packing heat, so...
Right. Right.
She wears her former colonial marine armor as like bouncer gear. She doesn't try to hide
No,
it.
that makes sense. What I'm concerned about is my boss and my step boss. Unclear.
Step boss.
Step boss. Cannon. Step boss.
Boss-in-law. I don't.
He's not even here. Oh god.
I'm sorry. I misspoke. Boss-in-law. I'm not trying to be funny. That was genuine.
Adopted a child.
We decided to co-sign on a doctor together.
I really wish you hadn't.
We're gonna share custody.
We went down to adopt a doctor.
I'm going down to flora and fauna. No. So sorry. It's just a bit concerning that you all seem to have firearms readily available. Is all I was trying to get at. I'm sorry, I won't speak.
Oh, I don't have a firearm, and I'm just gonna reach under my pillow and pull out like a really big knife.
You know what? That's fine. Actually,
When did you get a big knife?
I had Chad import one a couple weeks ago.
Chad, you're not gonna talk, mate.
In the
'Cause
kitchen.
he's gonna pull my knife back
He
out.
said that he needed a bigger knife than you, and that's what I got him.
Can we please get back to the matter at hand and stop
Yes,
comparing?
sorry.
Besides, I needed that
knives?
early chapter 4. That's all I'm saying.
I just want to establish that Layla did not actually stop, and she would have left the room.
Bye. Oh, sorry, I got distracted.
I'm gonna, and I guess we're meeting in aquaponics because she's gone. So I'm gonna
Phonics, yeah. Phonics is a different place.
see that. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, I'm coming with you. Reese, grab an extra tablet. Let's go. Reese,
right.
thank you.
Layla said she could beat someone up if I needed, and I don't know how to do anything with aquaphonics, but I can work with a body.
How tall is Tal, by the way?
Tal is 5'3".
Oh, so Tal is shorter than me. I'm gonna throw an arm over your shoulder.
No, I would shrug it off. I would prefer you didn't. Thank you.
Tal, you're doing
Yes,
well,
ma'am.
dear.
Don't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No?
Hey, mm-mm.
No? Okay. You good?
Mm-hmm.
You're breathing?
Yep. No,
You are my favorite.
Excuse me?
Best scientist we have. Best scientist we have.
Thanks.
Unlimited access to
Okay.
koalas.
I think we're past the koalas at this point.
We absolutely are.
Wait, you don't want a koala anymore?
Why are you here? We're walking down the hallway. Are you in my palms? I swear to God.
He's literally just looming.
Dad, I guess you can cancel that koala. The doctor doesn't want it anymore.
You're not my real dad. You can't cancel my koala.
Oh, no one was getting a koala anyway, if I'm being very honest.
Look, I'm just saying, if I see a koala, it's becoming a crispy critter right now.
Tal, you weren't going to get the koala because you were going to get your own solo project.
Yes, ma'am.
And a promotion.
I just prefer to work on one tragedy at a time.
Wait, the promotion's a tragedy?
I'd like to solve whatever the fuck is happening right now before we talk about koalas and promotions and.
I second that.
Thank you, I'm sure, but time and a place, ma'am.
Trying to
Oh.
find the
And so the party journeyed to aquaphonics.
At what
There was
cost?
much rejoicing.
Any fangirling?
Is everyone going straight there besides Layla taking her detour to go get her rifle?
Yeah, we don't know where the fuck Layla went, so yeah.
I told you, Layla could take care of herself.
I set a floor down.
Yeah.
Point of order, how far is aquaphonics from like the labs that Tal would work in? Like in the same tower, probably?
It's a completely different tower.
Dang it! Okay, cool. Never mind.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we're uncharted territory.
So I will bother Layla about knocking a fool out later.
As long as I'm not the fool.
Once you suffer from mass hysteria, all bets are off. But for now, you're safe.
Once.
Reese, are you going with them?
This isn't
No, I'm just gonna stay in my bunk. It seems like it's safer here.
We were all meeting at the.
Here it begins.
Okay, so in that case, would you have given Patty a direct line of communication between the two of you?
You always have a direct line of communication with me.
Okay, just
Whether
making
you
sure.
want it or not.
Everybody in this damn group now has a direct line of communication with me, whether they want it or not.
And that's a threat.
Yeah, it's okay. I got Reese on speed dial.
Reese is number 1 on your speed dial.
He's number 2. My supplier is number 1.
This is why my pager keeps dying.
You have a pager?
Some old pick.
Yeah, it's well usually.
As Patty, Tellison, Chad, and Daph start making their way down a few levels to aquaphonics, and specifically the maintenance below aquaphonics, Layla heads to her bunk. Reese, you're in your room still.
Chapter 6 isn't going to write itself.
You're in the midst of chapter 6. Layla, you've gotten to your bunk. When you see the personal terminal inside, as well as Reese's terminal, you both get a notification. There's a notice in your inbox.
I guess I'll read it.
This is Repeat what you said. Go for it.
I was going to say, I'm going to go ahead and mark this email as spam, and just continue doing what I'm doing.
So, the email that you get to see is signed off by quite literally every single corporation that resides within Babel Station. There's Wayland, there's Siegson, Hyperdyne, Gilgad, LaSalle Bionational, the Three World Empire, the Union. Everyone with a representative on the station, Richard's Tacos, has signed off on this email. What's dictated in it is hello all. This is a station-wide reminder that with the rise of organized riots seeming to target members of corporations based on workers' union fallacies or lack thereof, you are not to meet in private quarters to discuss inter-corporation policies. You do not discuss lab research. You do not discuss business policies. You do not discuss. You do not discuss corporation or security protocols. That is all. Add a stress die to your pool for that.
Okay. I have a stress die to my IRL pool too. Technically not Reese, since Reese marked it as spam and didn't read it.
We
decided not to read it.
Was that riot in the gym targeting me? A little scared.
Hey, Patty.
As far as you can tell, you were not the target.
What's up, Reese?
Hey, I just got an email that I marked as spam. Did you get anything?
Let me check. I would have probably stolen one of Reese's very many stack of tablets.
I would have just given you one.
There. Oh shit. Reese, read that email. Now.
Fine.
Yes. Mr. McPhee forgot to tell you something.
Station-wide reminder with the rise of organized riots, blah blah blah. Oh my god, this is spam. It's nothing important.
Reese, they're listening to us.
Hold on. Let me see about that.
Yeah.
Can I correct that? Oh, powerful and mighty GM.
Are they listening to us?
There is no trace of somebody else being in the system eavesdropping.
Yeah, Patty, I'm not seeing anything on comms.
Reese. The system is an AI, yeah?
Oh, that is true. Hey, Hal, are you listening?
You did not just make that canon. It's HAL 8000, not 9.
It's Halotronic.
The station's AI is a Mother 9000 unit. She also does not randomly respond to people going, "Hey, are you listening?"
Yeah, but Reese has poked around at her enough.
That sounds so dirty.
Now, why did you? Why did you?
Looks like step boss is in trouble with mom. Gonna get Encanto in here.
We don't talk about.
We don't talk about Reese.
Oh. Would Mother answer me?
I don't think Mother answers anybody. I've been trying for years.
Mother does not generally answer people if they're just walking in the hallways making a request. Mother answers things on a corporate level and on a research level. You have to directly connect with the interface most of the time, or be at a place in the station where you can talk to her.
Okay. The hamster in my head is just going. The wheels are turning.
Please remember to add a stress die to your pool for that.
Oh yeah, because I read it.
As I know, this is going to be in everyone's inbox. It's just a matter of when you see it.
Tal, don't read your email. Just
No, Tao, you should read that email. It's really good.
Tal, don't. You're also muted.
There we go. Thank you. The second Patty said, "Oh shit," Tal was peeking over their shoulder. I'm sorry. That's just it's who they are.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like being out of the loop, Patty.
I know.
You've read enough. You have that stress point. Right now, Daff and Chad are immune. They just know that there's some strange email.
Mother, I have a question.
Are you asking the actual Mother or game?
I'm asking Mother, the game master. I have a question.
Game mommy.
Yes.
How many words of that email did you have to read to get a stressed eye? Was it like the first sentence, or was it just like the first 3 words?
Oh, we are parsing this out.
Granular.
You had to at least pick up bits and pieces. Organized riots. Do not meet in private quarters. Don't discuss policies, research.
Just raising.
Yes. Can I help you?
Hey, now, Tal, I am trying to save you from a stress dice here. How many words of that email did you read and make out?
Oh my
Tal
lord.
speed reads, I bet.
Tal does speed read, and this is Tal's personal hell. I do need you to know. So it did not take very many words for them to immediately be like, They immediately are like, I need to hide what is on my person, because they have research that they brought home, and now everybody is cracking down on stuff, and you're not supposed to discuss things. Not supposed to. I'm assuming remove things from the laboratories. So Tal is.
You guys mind? You guys mind explaining what's going on?
Reese,
Yes.
is there any way to lock down our communications and keep Mother out?
I mean, keep Mother? Look. Do you really want me to fuck with Mother?
Do you want to rephrase that?
I mean, Mother's scary. I don't know that I want to piss her off.
No, I don't. Just
Anybody want to tell me who Mother is?
You don't know who Mother is? Chad, come on, the AI that
I
runs the
work
entire...
in the kitchen. I serve mystery meat that now all I can think about is probably used koala.
Speaking of, can I get some potatoes, man? I haven't eaten all day.
Man, the kitchen's closed past 8. You know that.
You're in our room. You should have asked him before he left. He's with us.
Fair enough. I mean, it's probably gonna take me a while, but I might be able to shut comms off from Mother, but...
No.
The algorithms that she can run, she could probably get into anything that I set up anyway.
Okay, so sounds like there's a big computer that runs stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna check aquaponics, and then we're gonna go burn down this main computer.
No, because if we burn down the computer, we burn because it shuts off the oxygen and the gravity.
Okay, well, we'll systematically fix it.
Yeah, we could probably shut down certain aspects and
we're not
keep
having
life
this
support
conversation right now.
No, I'll work on it. You do what you're doing, and I'll see what I can do here.
Reese, remember where I kept the deadlock for the door? Please put it in place before you start working on this. And have your oxygen mask next to you, please.
Deadlock, oxygen mask. Got it.
I don't hear you getting up from your chair. Thank you.
All right. Well, if we need to talk, we'll just talk in communications that this thing doesn't understand. So, Reese, remember Chapter 3 with Dr. Gimp? That solution.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll get right on that.
No, see, we have a problem with that because Reese posts these on Mother's servers. So...
You really think I'm that stupid?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Just open source sends it in.
You have a fan club, Reese. Everybody posts them to Mother's servers.
True. That would explain why Mother has been kind of weird lately.
How weird?
You guys
checked
remember? You guys remember
Was
back in the
falling
day
over.
when I think it was Microsoft released an AI and it went crazy on the internet within like 10 minutes. Yet Mother's starting to get crazy like that AI.
Since when? Hold on. When did you track that change?
This is completely contradictory to what has actually been happening with Mother.
Do we believe Reese though?
Do you
Yeah,
have any
why would
reason
Reese
not
lie?
to?
That's between you and your god.
Absolutely not.
I'm pretty sure the panic reporter is just picking up everything Reese is saying
Literally
and just writing it down as absolute canon.
I will say that I think the only person who doesn't believe Reese would be Patty.
Tal probably doesn't believe you. Doesn't not believe you, but doesn't believe you. I'm guessing. Can you confirm if Tal?
Pal's on the fence because she knows
Tal-
Reese is fucking weird, but also like it could be true.
Cal is deep in their own shit at the moment. If y'all want to give away the game plan on comms after they just said that they were listening, that is fine by me. I'm going to not be doing that.
Aquaphonics. Let's go.
Did you just say where you were going on comms?
We've said where we were going multiple times. They're gonna be there to stop us anyway.
They're definitely not going to Aquaphonics. I think they're going to the mess hall. Mother, please do not stop them.
Be fair, if anything could stop Mother, it's the mystery meat.
Nope, not entertaining
It
that thought.
coalesces into a giant block. Mystery meat cube.
I'm thinking.
You
of
know
the
how much
pink
gravy they
slime.
put in this stuff? This meat is 70% gravy.
The pink slime at McDonald's from the 90s.
That makes it look good. But at least there's color.
Daff is gonna kind of
So-
sidle next to Dr. Lang for a second and just go, with this group, we're kind of fucked, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay.
Is anybody going to tell Daff that I can hear her?
She'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I was just pointedly ignoring comms at this point. Like anything that happens over comms is just gonna get us in trouble. I'm keeping my head down, tapping on my tablet, and walking to aquaponics. Doing my little tasks.
Mother's just like, they know about the koalas. I must execute them all.
We don't have any koalas.
Chad, literally, there are no koalas. It's a code word.
Right. No koalas.
They're aliens. They're xenos. They're not real koalas.
Xenomorphic koalas.
No. The xenokoalas are not real. Like, they're real animals, creatures, but koalas come from my home country.
So you're telling me that koalas don't exist? And how
Not on this station.
How are we going to terraform Mars?
Have we reached aquaponics?
I was supposed to say, how far from aquaponics?
Y'all
This conversation is going all the way.
Patty is just like got the look on her face of, this is my idiot teenage son, and I'm humoring him, and I'm regretting that decision.
Me?
Not you, Reese.
Okay.
I think Patty and Layla are the
How
oldest
many
people
of
here.
How many of you are openly carrying weapons?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're not like open. They're under my jacket.
Oh, actually, wait.
I mean, someone would really have to look at what I'm carrying to figure out what it is.
Layla would still have it in, like, the carrying case until they needed it. She needed it.
She's carrying an instrument to aquaphonics.
She likes to play for the plants.
But you are But you are wearing your gear.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys get to the level that aquaphonics is on, and like most of the levels that end up working with machinery, research, there's a security checkpoint.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And some marshals hanging out, and well, y'all look like a very interesting crew to be coming down into aquaphonics, especially if you're going into the underbelly. So, as security stops you all, we're also going to take a few minutes to assess our situation here and go to break.
That sounds good.
Sweet.
And let their conspiracies continue as they get patted down by marshals. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Our lovely motley crew just encountered a security checkpoint. And most of them are packing some heat. So, as you guys step off of the elevator and approach the checkpoint, they do ask one to see your IDs. Very confused as to why this collection of people are heading for maintenance.
Oh, can I
And
say
ask you to.
Oh.
What you want to say?
Hello, Representative Richards. We need to get to maintenance in aquaphonics.
Good evening, Representative. What do you need to get into maintenance for?
I have reports from other representatives of the company, of the Institute, that there's been some containment issues. And we just want to, with everything going on tonight, we just want to, make sure there's nothing to worry about. You're welcome to come with us.
We didn't receive a notice about anything like that. Generally, we get a heads up, and
This is Dr. Lang.
I can
Lang noticed a containment breach earlier today. We just narrowed it down. We are rightfully concerned that before we announce it to the rest of the station, that we just want to make sure that there was a containment leak in the first place.
Yeah, what she said.
Don't do that.
Correct.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need to see some ID and search your persons.
Yep.
Also, need an explanation as to why these three are with you. If you're the representative and the scientist, okay, sure.
Look,
but
you and I both know that there are unofficial personnel all over this station that belong to every corporation and institute.
Mm-hmm.
These were the closest folks I could find with everything going on in the upper levels.
Protection's my business. Adjust
Okay,
dog
again.
slightly.
Again, we still need to see the ID and
Here, handing my ID.
Yeah, Tail just got their ID out. Just
Yeah.
following protocol, my guy.
And we're at least going to need to look at what's in the case in the bag.
Chad just looks at him and holding his thing and says, "I'm the exterminator."
He is the exterminator. We are concerned that whatever got out might be ambulatory rather than airborne.
We're taking all precautions until we can actually identify the whatever's at play here.
It's at play.
I need. Let's see.
Look, you've seen my ID. This is my crew. What else do you need from me? And literally, like, what do I need to roll here?
Your manipulation.
Okay. Oh, dice gods bless me. Oh, I got one success.
Yeah.
Should I push that? Should I push?
Do I risk helping?
I don't want to push this. I think I'm gonna push it. Fuck not. Let's do it.
Push it.
That means another success, right? That's how that works.
Total of 2, yeah.
The pushed roll replaces it.
Oh.
I believe. No.
It says total of 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a total of 2 successes.
Total of 2 successes.
Otherwise, that would suck for pushing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a risk.
It is a risk.
Sorry, I'm used to roll 20 where it's like, oh, it's set up completely different and it doesn't actually do it correctly. Foundry is still a work in progress in my brain. Okay, we understand that.
Look, do you just
but we
want
still need to follow protocol.
Sure. Exterminator with extermination gear. Protection with protection gear. What else do you want?
If we're going to be pushy about it, I would love to have a form stating that this is why you're here.
Tal's gonna lean over to Patty, like, are we with the notice? Are we really meant to be discussing protocol outside of our agency? Just kind of look between them. Like, I'm not in any position to say that, but
I don't know if you've read your emails tonight, and I'm going to flip my tablet over where mine's still open. We're not at liberty to discuss with you anything.
Well, Representative Richards, I hate to break it.
A message to Reese. Give me a form that says we're supposed to be here now.
I hate to break it to you, Representative Richards, but we didn't get that email.
Wait,
Oh,
hold
I
on.
did.
Hold on.
And what exactly is their clearance compared to yours? Genuine question.
What is clearance compared to mine?
Security marshals would get security marshals dependent on their area can access most floors because that's their job. They are security.
And they would get.
They would be getting any emails like what you got, any notices about policy shifts regarding corporations. They would be getting that information so that they'd be able to look out for people breaking those rules.
So they didn't get it, which is weird.
They did not get that email.
Well, do I have confirmation from Reese that he has produced a form and or emailed the email?
What are you doing with that roll, Reese?
That's what I was rolling for, to see if I could send them the forward, like an email that's just like forward, behave yourselves, don't discuss.
No, not the like
form.
more official. We asked for a form. I asked you for a form saying that we belonged here.
Hey, we're going to check out aquaphonics. We're totally legit. Please let us in form.
Yeah, it's an attachment to the email.
Oh, I will. Knowing Reese still open the attachment. And I will flip it. I will look at it to make sure it looks marginally complete. And there's no dick and balls drawn in the corner. Like
no sexy koala.
Oh, do you guys need the sexy koala picture? I can
No,
forward that
no,
too.
please God,
no.
Not again. Not again.
I am not ready. Does the form look mildly like what we need, Mother?
Totally legit.
It's passable.
I will turn it around. Tablet stays in my hand, by the way. No. I've lost one tablet tonight. I'm not losing another one. I don't have a tablet in here.
Do us a favor, Representative, and forward us that document. And next time, let us know ahead of time.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. We didn't know until about 5 minutes ago. This is who I cobbled together off hours.
These things happen quickly, and we have to take care of them even quicker.
That's right.
What sector of maintenance are you looking to get to?
Aquaponics.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's a maintenance.
Yeah, what sector specifically?
Filtration?
Filtration? Hold on, I wrote it down. I wrote down everything, but I got distracted earlier, so I might not.
No, we did check. It's filtration.
Filtration. It's in my notes. If anybody can read my terrible handwriting.
Not that fast.
This is going to be one I have to say. I'm sorry again, Representative. That sector is completely roped off for an investigation.
The investigation that we're part of, sir?
No.
Who got here before us?
The Marshals.
Really? We didn't even notice the containment breach. How the fuck did you guys know?
It's not about a containment breach. Nothing's been said about that.
So,
do you mind if we go in anyway? Because, I mean, this
I'm
could be a
afraid,
little more
pending the
serious.
investigation, you can't.
So whatever is whatever you all are just so that I can get this straight for my report that I have to send in, of course. Whatever it is that you are all investigating is worth compromising the integrity of the viability of this ship, because you won't let us investigate a potential contamination breach.
Doctor, it's okay. Your superior's down there.
I'm just making sure that I have my story straight for the report that I am required by law to submit.
Your superior's down.
You can submit your... Yeah, my superior in half the fucking sector.
We're gonna go down. We're gonna talk to them. Get what we need.
No, you're not.
Why?
Because we are under strict rule, criminal law processing, that we cannot allow anyone through here.
At this point, Chad's gonna like.
Sorry.
Listening to all of this, I don't know if
I
that's
would
going to
get
be
my
enough.
open.
Am I able to send an alarm somewhere? Like, just trigger an alarm like down the hall that's going to get their attention.
So you don't have that kind of a reach.
Can you get eyes in aquaponics?
I mean, if I can access the cameras, I absolutely probably could. I might need to pull out multiple tablets, and I only have 3 left because I gave my 4th one to Patty. So
at this point, since they're kind of pushing back, Chad's going to pipe in using his training that he has about being a CBRN specialist. And be like, look, man, do you know what happens when a containment breach happens? Do you know how long it takes for an alien species to lay eggs before they start face-hugging everyone down there? Do you really want all your bosses coming up here as alien xenomorphs, spitting acid at your face? I guess
sorry.
I want to ask, exclamation mark to that. Pull out the other 7 dog tags that she normally wears under her shirt.
Baller move.
Just emailing Reese. Okay, can we get eyes on aquaponics?
You came here looking to investigate a chemical issue, correct?
No.
Containment.
Well, we're not sure.
This is Game Mother speaking.
Yes, we came in order to investigate a potential chemical open to other options.
Viral something, yeah, possibility.
Yeah.
Well, I thought containment meant out of the cage.
Which is why she brought the big gun. I mean, open to ant creature, but also chemical. Why?
Just want clarification on what was written in the document.
Hey, Patty, have you tried just bribing these dumbasses?
I'm going to scratch the side of my head and just say, not yet.
So glad we have a guy in the chair.
We have a guy in the chair.
He's following along on this, but he's playing World of Warcraft with his other monitor.
Yeah, I'm like watching Power Rangers on one of my tablets, and I'm just like, oh my god, like
Warhammer 80K.
Koala porn on the other.
No.
I'll kind of step a little bit away from the group and like try it for the first time. Like, Reese, I don't know if you hear me, but I'm gonna presume you do.
I hear everybody, Daph. That's where you're mistaken.
All right, perfect. Is there any way to bypass security to get to maintenance for aquaponics?
I mean, I can pull up a map. Let's take a look
Secret
here.
Shaft.
If you take a left here,
I'd like to try and bribe these fuckers.
then you take a right there. How many of you could fit in an air shaft?
None of us.
Okay.
Now.
Hold on. All right. So instead of taking a left, let's take a right here, and then could you all fit in a water pipe?
How big?
No,
I don't know. Like, are we using American measurement or like European measurement?
I think just
metric and diameter, please.
Yeah. All right.
A meter and a half, 2 meters.
I'm just gonna take that as a no. So okay. So if you go through this here, there's a. Okay. So it looks like there's a repair shaft with a ladder that can get you under the floor, but it's gonna be cramped. I don't know if you guys are claustrophobic, but I might be able to guide you somewhere. You're gonna need to take a left, 3 rights, a left, head down that hall, and then 2 more lefts, and then another right.
Reese, before you get too far involved in that, you did make a Comtech roll earlier. You were looking for an alarm. Well, you didn't really get that, but you did get cameras.
Oh, I did get cameras? Because I rolled for cameras separately and didn't get anything.
Yes.
Okay, fair.
Well, I'm gonna roll back to the other roll for you.
I'll take it. I mean, I got eyes on the floor. A lot of big wigs down there.
The sector's been completely roped off, and it's non-accessible from any point.
Yeah, what Mother said.
You can't really see. You can't see into the area. You can just see around, skirting the edges from other cameras that it's been roped off, but you cannot see into filtration directly.
Yeah, so I can't see into filtration directly, but I see some stuff roped off. I don't see anybody down there because, like I said, I can't see everything. But I mean,
you don't see anyone down there. There should be at least 2 guards at the entrance.
Yeah, I don't.
There are people.
Oh, there are people. Okay.
But the bulkheads are sealed.
Oh.
Are they all martial types, or are there
corporate types?
I mean, they all look like a bunch of weenies to me, so I'm gonna go with corporate types.
Mother, is that accurate?
Mostly marshals and working Joes. But there is somebody from...
Dang it.
Oh wait. I think I recognize that guy. I think it's Representative Damon.
Down there.
Who's Representative Damon?
He was a famous movie actor.
Don't do it.
He was picked up by the corpse because he was easy on the eyes. I believe his full name is Matt Damon.
Mm-hmm. I think it's pronounced Mott.
I think it's pronounced copyright strike. Cease and desist letter.
Matt Damon.
Who does Damon work for again? I'm sorry, Mother.
There are people from Siegson and from Hyperdyne.
Would I recognize, do they have any, identification for which one they're from? Would I recognize anything, how they dress, or, they have, a pin on their lapel, or they just look that stupid that I would assume they're from another company?
Not readily, but you do kind of have an idea of who all is from the corporate level. And you do know that Siegson and Hyperdyne handle pretty much all the actual physical, technical aspect of things on station.
So some things that are fearing.
All the actual machinery rather than the electronic systems.
Yeah, so it's definitely people who handle more of the machinery. What are those 2 companies? Hyperdyne and that other one that I don't care to remember. Yeah,
Siegson.
that one. I see a couple of their guys down there. Look, guys, I don't know if you should fucking go down there, to be honest. I don't think that's a good idea.
I would like to email Representative Damon. Send him a ping or something.
Oh my god, do you really want to do that? The last time you did that, you guys went on a date and it didn't end well.
We didn't because I'm a lesbian.
Oh, wait. Maybe that was
That's
me.
why the date didn't go well.
Reese, honey, I held your hand after you came back from that date smashed.
Look, I don't want
to. Not in a good way.
I don't want to talk about it, all right?
No, you don't. You just put your own issues on me again.
Look, we know that I have projection issues, okay?
You do.
The psychologist...
I don't like dudes.
This conversation is happening one-sided in front of these Marines.
I can just picture I'm just standing in this hallway. I'm a lesbian, and these
They're
guys
getting
are like...
one half of this conversation. The security guys are just like, good for you, but I think it's time for you to go.
I'm holding up a finger to them like I am on the phone.
Look, just tell them you're dealing with Reese. They'll know what's going on. You should be good.
I legitimately, all fun aside, would like to send a communication to Representative Damon, please. Of some sort. It can be text, it can be voice. I don't care. Whatever you prefer.
This could have been an email.
I would prefer this to be an email. And I would just like to say, something got out of our labs. We think it came to your filtration system. We're outside. Let us in.
No response. For a few minutes.
Patiently wait.
So you get a notice back that says, yeah, don't think one of your pets got out. Not down here.
Didn't say it had 4 legs and was walking around.
Not here.
Can we check anyway?
No, this is a crime scene.
What sort of crime happens in aquaponics?
I'm about to show this motherfucker a crime scene.
The murder crime.
No.
I will send a message back. Let me think about how to phrase this.
I want a full report on my desk by Monday.
Per my last email.
Gotta think how to phrase this. Okay. Think. Crime scene.
Hey, Patty.
Corporate or murder? Smiley face emoji.
Hey, Patty.
Hey, Reese.
I can see that you're emailing with Mr. Damon. I might be able to just alter that email to say, let us in.
Let me get an answer from him first, please. And then, yes. Does he answer me if it's a corporate espionage thing or if it's murder? Smiley face emoji.
Homicide investigation. Not your department, not your business.
All I needed to know.
You'll likely hear about it tomorrow.
I'm going to send him a thanks back and then forward that on to Reese. And then look at security and go, got the information I needed. Thanks, lads. And I'm going to gather the group and go, turn around, we're going elsewhere.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Tal's gonna kind of sidle up to Patty, and just like emotion, like comms, don't do it. So is this where we go take a wellness check on what's his face? Francis?
This is where we go see Francis.
I do have actually little thoughts about that. I saw Francis being led away by some marshals earlier, so don't know if that was to med or security, but
we don't go see Francis then?
Well, here's the thing. Guess who has medical clearance?
Our bio researcher.
I'm sure they make Tal do the rounds in the ER. you know they do. If Tal can't figure out, if so and so has been admitted, Reese might be able to, or have no qualms making himself able to.
When they move away and pause, Chad's gonna take a moment to basically disconnect the hose and kind of disassemble and put it back in his backpack for now. It's definitely bulging, but he's just trying to at least make it look a little inconspicuous now that he's seeing that they're not going to get straight access down there.
I mean, you guys could get down there, but how do you feel about spacewalking?
Respectfully, no.
Can you get a suit? Hold on. Can you get me a suit?
Yo, man, it's less of a walking and more of a slow fall.
All I'm saying is there's some shafts you can use that have some extra suits for maintenance. You could just kind of slip out and then slip into one of the other airlocks.
I'm just gonna go pick up that thing that I left over in the ER. Nudge, nudge.
Yeah, maybe follow that lead. All else failed. I've been in a spacesuit.
Yeah.
Have not, will not. Not on my life.
Murder.
Is that how Tal lost their leg?
No.
I lost my leg to space.
That would require them having ever been out in the vacuum of space.
I've been chasing space all along to get revenge on the leg.
No, I got all these accreditations so that I don't have to do that. Thank you very much.
You had to be accredited to be on the station.
I got my education.
You did the book course.
Not.
You did the book course on spacewalking, didn't you? Tal.
I had to do one of them, or they wouldn't let me up here.
Go to the please.
Patty, I hate to break it to you, but there's no fucking way I'm accredited, Patty.
And until this moment, Patty had reasonable doubt.
Plausible deniability.
That's the one. Yep.
That one. Plausible deniability. How I operate my entire life.
Both. Technically both, until it was confirmed doubt.
Doubt. Oh. Okay. Shit. This is called murder. Fucking murder. There's no way Francis killed someone if you lot said he was hanging out, staring off into literal nothing for hours, right?
Well, that was during that time, but where Francis was before that, we don't necessarily know. And I did see Francis breaking out into a fight, and his friends had been mentioning, and coworkers had been mentioning kind of violence or aggravation.
For how long?
Just a recent thing in the last day or so, I think.
Ma'am, you were the one who brought up the word riot in the first place.
Why are we focusing on Francis if you have an entire gym of upstairs?
Because we have a name. I can pull files on this fool. Can't pull files on 8 Joes that I've never met in my life.
I mean, what was the probability that none of them have their ID on them?
Are they up there, just lounging around?
I have no clue. I have no clue. As far as I know, they're still rioting.
Just a post-riot hang.
Yeah, what is
a current riot?
What is the sense game, Mother, as we're moving back out of this space? Is it more rioting? What's the vibe?
It is gone. Strangely dead silent. However, it is also in the middle of
a late shift. So you guys have gone into the early parts of the evening, like 11 p.m. sleep cycle. So people are either currently on shift or they're asleep.
As soon as he walks away. Death. You said a day or so, right?
I believe so. I'm gonna go back to my notes and look through. And it did just seem from my conversation with his coworkers that it was very recent, right, Game Mother?
Yes.
Yeah.
They pretty much said that he'd been acting squirrely for that shift period.
Okay.
And Chad, since he was spouting out off about aliens a minute ago, incubation period for something. How long? Standard parasitic incubation.
Would I need to make a check for that? Asking Game Mother? Or would that just be knowledge as part of my skill set?
And would this give me any memories of Fort Nebraska?
Fort Nebraska, the only thing that would really send off any alarm bells for you would be general unease and people being very high strung. Not really people lashing out or anything like that. As far as incubation period for a parasite, it varies. There's 1,000,000,001 different species. If you're looking at something that humans can generally contract, it's a period of days, weeks. Don't cause people to lash out. They just generally slowly eat away at the body.
I'm more thinking about the ant parasite that makes the ants like seek out other ants and water and all that. But anyway, and rabies.
They've had cures for that.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? Incubation period for the Arcturian? Number of days, probably.
That sets in within a couple of days.
Yeah.
Then the symptoms get very obvious. And after they get obvious, you're generally dead within a week if you don't get treatment.
I very much would like to go get those samples, yeah. There are strange cases and there are mutations and this virus
what would cause someone to commit a murder and then wander off and go stand in the middle of a crowd for hours?
When I had an altercation with him, he seemed completely out of it. Like, not physically there, but not mentally there.
Kind of fugue state, sorts?
I guess you could describe it as that. But then he tried to attack me, so I stopped him, and he seemed to come back into it. I don't know if that's useful for diagnostic information.
Was he... You got up close. Was he saying things intelligibly? Was it all scattered?
He was mumbling something. Did I, the player, write it down? No.
Hold on. I might have written it down.
I think I have it too, actually. Let me see.
Was he warm? Was he bruised in the face?
It was.
Was he clammy? Was he any sort of descriptors physically? Anything diagnostically helpful?
He seemed. It was mostly. Seemed mostly mental to me.
The words that were said that I got down, I can't do that, I can't get there, I don't have the ID.
Gonna reiterate that.
Okay, so either he was on comms or he was hallucinating.
It very much seemed like he was having a conversation with somebody without the other person being present. He did have a comm on, though.
He might have been on comms.
Can we get comm records? Or I'm still gunning for those blood samples. I'm making my way downtown.
Reese, you listen to everyone.
I mean, sure, just tell everybody that. Thanks.
Can you say this in an earlier conversation with all of us?
Reese.
I just look to the nearest camera, assuming Reese is watching, and just like...
What? Guys, you're gonna have to wait a minute. I've almost got the Lich King down. Just let me finish this fight.
I know this is the anniversary re-release of World of Warcraft, but you really need to go in your logs and roll back to just before Layla here had a little altercation with our friend in the galley.
Wait, Layla, you gonna fight with somebody? Did you fuck him up?
I restrained
Not the important detail.
I'm sure you'll find out all the details if you find the comm history.
Timestamps, please, Reese. Oh, beautiful.
Damn, that roll.
Damn, son. 4 successes for those people watching. 4.
Whew.
Incredible.
And not a single fail.
And now we're gonna die. Hey!
And this is the final call.
That was a
We don't know that
contact
idea.
roll. Yep. So you've got 3 stunts that you can pick.
I mean, I just wanted to get the information that I needed. I don't know shit about stunts.
Stonks.
Click the little tools next to it, and it gives you a list of things that you can add on to your roll past your first success.
I guess I want to show off because it's just Reese, but I also want to get new or unexpected information while covering my tracks.
Yeah. Probably a good idea.
So, from Francis's comm records, you don't have anything. There's nothing from Reese's comms. However, tapping in the same time period for records, circulating back around to the time of the fight, you've got the chatter from the marshals that did end up bringing him to medical. The conversation there was that he was put into one of the isolated psych cells after triage was completed.
All right, so look, I just downed the Lich King. Unfortunately, I didn't get the mount, which kind of sucks. I'll just have to try again next week. Looking through the comm records, I don't have any comm records from Francis, but give me a second here. Yeah, I do have some chatter from the marshals. He's in an ISO cell in the psych ward.
Do any of us have access to that? I'll look around.
I might attempt to pull up the records. I don't know if I typically have access to those records. But I can certainly try.
Generally, no. You do not get records once they go into the psych ward. You can pull the records from the blood tests that they ran.
I would love those triage records more than life itself. Give me that. Roll that beautiful, beautiful footage. Is that calm? To pull records?
Yeah. Yeah. You guys make your way to the wow.
So
To the
Yes.
medical. Go ahead and pick your things. But you gotta roll a stress.
I want to hide my tracks, bestie, so hard. How many do I get? 3?
We're gonna die.
3.
Yeah.
We're gonna die.
Let's do it quick. Let's get some new stuff and let's hide the tracks.
Nice. New
And
stuff.
let's roll that beautiful stress. Oh! Yeah, that's about right. All right.
7.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is hitting a little too close to home. They've had to do this before, and it is
So-
not something they missed.
Everybody besides Reese, add one.
Daff is not looking good.
Well,
1 point to your
I
stress
don't
pool.
wanna.
And it's
Would Reese get it since Reese is literally in our heads and our comms right now?
They can't see me getting twitchy.
That's true.
in
Well,
short range. Short
Okay. Just checking.
range, he would not be able to see you twitching. But
Cams.
it almost puts you on edge even just walking off of the monorail, because you know that checkpoint, you know that White is usually the one there. In doing the ID check. He's not there.
And even at this hour, he would be, usually.
At this hour, he would be.
Is it a different guard?
There's no one.
There's no one?
Wait, how much you drink?
There's no one at the security checkpoint.
Putting some
Getting
pep in
into-
my step.
Now, once the elevator dings for you to get onto the actual triage floor, you do hear some chatter. There are still nurses. Giving you an opportune chance to sneak in, grab that triage report, and sneak out. And what you find is that the medical lab runs every possible test that they can when they get patients in, given the fact that they know that there is research going on up above them. So there's a whole list of tests that it's related to what's being researched. Outside of some funky brain scans showing some heightened neural activity, everything's clean.
Well, this is either very good news or very bad news.
Heightened neurological activity. In what way? Firing which parts of the brain, Doc?
I don't like. Are we talking could be stress or could be like
hormonal?
Yeah, like could this be within normal for somebody freaking the fuck out, or is like something else is messing with him?
It would be within the realm of what you would see from like heightened sensory output based on like extreme stress levels.
Yeah, no, he looks clean. So either he is clean, or medical is hiding something from us.
Well, so if he's clean, then that goes down the trail of someone was talking to him on his comms. Maybe that was a bit of an act or a fit. Maybe that call was stressful. If we're looking down that path, what is the likelihood that Med deletes whatever they need to delete?
They would have records somewhere. Somebody has to know about whatever this is. It could be nothing. It could just be cabin fever, hysteria, etc. It just feels interesting timing with what's going down in the emails and in aquaphonics.
Yeah. Having Francis say, I can't get there, I don't have the ID, just after we couldn't get down there. I just want...
We don't know where Francis's there was, though.
We don't.
Sorry. Daff, are you thinking this is some sort of premonition situation?
Well, I'm just wondering if whatever crime happened sooner than perhaps we were expecting. Maybe they were already down there before all the rioting happened. I don't know.
Hey, Tal's gonna probably pop in Reese's ear. Could I have you check comms if you're not too busy getting the Lich? Was it the Lich? Could you just humor me? Pull up comms for past couple hours. Tommy White.
Do my ears deceive me? Is the esteemed doctor asking for my assistance?
I'll do it myself if you're busy. That's what I thought.
One success.
What are you looking for?
Whatever the doctor asked me to look for.
They're just curious if the marshal that they're used to seeing here has like been called away to deal with that situation over in aquaponics, or if they should be, concerned for his well-being. I assume
why they left medical completely unguarded.
Yeah, like that's I just wellness check on Tommy White if we can.
Wellness check.
I just want to know if he got any strange calls between now and his shift starting.
Outside of the intake of Francis and a couple of the other folks from the brawl in the gym, it was quiet.
Yeah, so it looks like aside from like the intake, brawl in the gym, man, this guy gets a lot of calls from his wife. Yeah, everything is looking pretty normal here.
Wait, so where is he now? Bathroom break?
I'm not his
Oh.
parole officer.
Somebody would be covering. He was taking
Mhm.
a sanctioned break. I don't.
no.
He's. I can't imagine he's the type to ditch.
Tommy? Good old Tommy White? No. Tommy White never leaves his post unless he's relieved.
And yet.
Is there anyone else around? Game Mother?
There. Which level?
Like,
Have you
I
guys
guess,
made your way back down to Central, where security is, or?
I was thinking more, yeah, wherever this marshal that's missing needs to be, just to see if there's anyone around who might have seen where he might have gone off to.
You make your way back down to find that there's a working Joe in his place.
God damn.
Once the elevator opens, greets you all and asks, how can he be of assistance?
Joe, who assigned you to this position?
I was issued this assignment by Apollo Command. Or corporate, at least. In the Marshals, it's fairly common knowledge that the Working Joes answer to Apollo because that's the mainframe that handles them, while Apollo falls under Mother's line.
Thank you. What happened to Officer White? Reassigned?
He was relieved of his position.
Be ill.
Unspecified.
Thank you.
I was gonna
Did I
try to
get it?
call him.
And did I get a message back from what I sent?
He wants more information about why you think that there is a containment breach.
I'll type.
And as far as calling him goes, rings, no answer. At this point, you all are going late into the evening. And the effects of drowsiness are starting to wear on you.
Listen, I don't know about you guys, but this is starting to seem like it ain't as big of a deal as you've been putting out. Now, I was promised I'd be paid for my services, so if it's all the same for you, you know, I'd like to get paid and
What's your going rate?
twice my normal pay.
What's your normal pay?
Out of game. What would be good pay? 200.
25 an hour.
Yeah. What Reese said.
Would like to transfer 1,000 credits to Chad. I don't know.
Damn.
I also have a very similar rate.
Then 200 to Daff.
She'll take it.
That's still good money.
Yep.
I'm gonna head back to my bunk.
Where are you getting these funds, Patty?
My personal funds. This is my money. I don't
It's
spend
the-
it on anything.
It's the royalty money Patty gets for the koala.
The breeding rights. I don't know. It's my savings account. I'm not living through this.
It's part of the Amazon Kindle publishing. Because she edits, she gets 10% of whatever I sell on Amazon.
Drop shipping.
Yes, viewers, I hate to break it to you. In the bleak future, Amazon is still around.
So-
Jeff Bezos is a synth wandering around in his Blue Origin probe.
It just looks like a giant penis walking around.
You said it.
So not any more different than now.
I hear that on Earth, you're not allowed to get sunlight unless you subscribe to Amazon Prime. So,
I heard you weren't allowed to breathe air.
Tracks. That also tracks. Gotta pay $8 a month for the little blue check. Anyway.
But yeah, at this point, Chad's just
So
looking at it
Layla
like...
is returning to. Layla said you
Before-
returned to your bunk.
I was like saying like I'll start a sentence and then everyone with an attention. I'm gonna return to my bunk, but Dr. Lang, if you have any more dangerous work, just let me know.
Right.
And then I'm gonna head back to my bunk. Hello, Clam.
Chad's gonna look at the money that gets transferred and it's like, yeah, if you guys need anything else, you let me know. Otherwise, anybody asks me, mum's the word on it. I ain't no narc.
Yep, good night. I'll start also turning as quickly as I can to get out of there, holding my recorder to my chest. Just making sure it's still there.
Daph's just shaky camming it all the time right now.
It's like, you're what? Are we good?
Taliesin, Patty, what about you?
I think Tal's gonna
I'm
make
just-
one last stop before potentially turning in, and that is one more trip up to good old medical to see if Tommy White has been admitted for any sort of anything. We're friends, I guess. It wouldn't be too weird if I.
Yeah,
Check
I'm
on
not
him.
leaving the good doctor alone. So I'll go with the good doctor.
Who am I to tell?
Are you just asking the triage nurse, or?
Yeah. I was supposed to see Tommy earlier. Is he? Can't get a hold of him. He's not here, is he?
No, we saw him when we checked in for our shift, but he hasn't been up here.
Whereabouts?
There's a Joe working his rounds right now.
Yeah, I saw, which is strange. You know when he happened to, hop off shift?
I'm not sure, actually. That Joe's been circling for maybe an hour.
Right. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Hate this.
Look,
Hate this so much.
Go to bed, Tal. We'll worry
Look,
about it in the morning.
Dr. Lang, don't. The triage nurse was just kind of trying to chime in, like, don't worry about it. He probably got a stomach bug. We've gotten a few of those from the new batch of mystery meat.
Right. Yes, because saying don't worry about it always makes it better. Yeah, I mean, they'll unless they can get a hold of any sort of records on their own tech, there's nothing much they can do.
Tal, go to bed. Come on. Come on. We'll worry about it in the morning.
I'm sorry, you're my boss, but I don't remember you being my mother. I can put myself to bed, thank you.
Yeah, that's why you're standing here in medical, considering hacking into more records. Let's go. Come on.
I did not say those things with my mouth, thank you. Yeah,
I need your brain working full tilt tomorrow, okay?
Right. They'll follow.
We're not done.
No, they'll follow. They're following. They're tapping on the tablet the whole time, but they're following.
That's fine.
Everybody heads back to their bunks and curl up in bed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that just before going there, since it's in the habitational ward too, just kind of wants to, hoping it's a little emptier, stand like in the location where Francis was, and just like turn on the comm and see if she picks up anything being in that space.
Oh, like sea brain.
Clean shit.
Nothing. A little bit of static, maybe, but there's a lot of places in the station that are patchy and get static.
All right. She'll head back to bed, and she'll keep her hand on the tape, and as soon as she gets back to her bunk is going to be making sure she caught that all. Kind of not believing what just has all happened.
Okay. One by one, you return to your beds. Either laying awake, puzzling it out, maybe somebody's sitting, maybe people are sitting up at their desks, or sitting with their tablets or their tape recorders in their laps, but
Doing recreational drugs.
one by one, or, smoking some good sativa. That got left on their bunk. But one by one, sleep takes hold. And whether it's from the stress of the day
or the
or
chemicals
something
in
else
the air vents.
entirely, or the chemicals in the air vents, if you believe certain conspiracies, restful sleep. Back around in the camera order that we started with. Each of you succumb to your fear and your anxiety from the day. How does that take shape in your mind?
I guess for Chad, it's just imagining that there's like aliens out there somewhere, and just he keeps getting stopped by people saying no, you can't. There's nothing there. Just continually getting stopped or hamstrung from being able to stop what he feels is a threat out there, and just feeling really powerless about like he can't do anything because other people are stopping him. You know.
Tell me what your breaking point is.
I'm gonna say during his dream when he's just like, hey, "You guys gotta listen to me. There's an alien," and people are like, "There's no alien." You know, you're freaking out, and basically, like people are restraining him. Um, just off in the distance in his dream, he makes out uh, a feminine figure, a figure that's familiar to him that he starts to recognize as his girlfriend, and just beyond her is the image of an alien xenomorph coming behind her, and him just being unable to move because he's restrained, unable to save her from what's about to happen. It's probably when his breaking point happens and he wakes up.
You did not wake up. We stop at that point.
Okay.
Fail.
I mean,
What's plaguing Reese's dreams?
well, the fact that nobody believes him that it's the chemicals in the air vents, like he's just absolutely determined that it's the corporations. This is a huge experiment. They're fucking with everybody. He's recalling movies that he watched from, decades ago, old classic, just crazy movies. Like like the Belko experiment, the Purge. He's like calling up all this stuff just to be like, look, this is the situation. But at the same time, like he's also just super stressed out because he has been running the same boss in World of Warcraft for like 15 years, and he keeps getting the mount stolen from him. So, like, in his dreams, he's fighting that boss, and the face that popped up on his tablet is just laughing at him as he doesn't get the mount that he's been trying to get yet again.
What is your breaking point?
Uh, his breaking point is probably the fact that nobody believes him that there's stuff being pumped into the air vents.
Okay. Cass.
Patty's nightmare is waking up in the hospital and realizing her arm was gone and looking over expecting to see her wife and instead seeing her former boss from Wayland Yutani with a little box marked personal effects. And having that bastard open the box and tell her those were her wife's dog tags when they weren't, because she wore her wedding ring on them and there's no ring on that chain. And just the next day, someone bringing her the last her tablet with the last communication from her wife, and it not even being a goodbye. So she's just convinced she's in that hospital bed again.
Damn, this got real.
Kit.
Tal's nightmare, you know how in dreams you don't really have to see everything to know what's going on, like some things are just kind of a given. In their nightmare, Taliesin knows for a fact that they are working diligently, and they are the only person who knows that they exist. And this place that they're in, it's familiar. It's an amalgamation of familiar places, the way that dreams kind of do. So they're in some laboratory, classroom, childhood home, hospital situation, surrounded by their work, and they're doing things and they're making a difference, and no one knows it, but that's okay because they will, right? They're going to know that what they're doing, and that what they're doing is making a difference. And then, apropos of nothing, it all starts to burn. Their papers, their research, their experiments, everything around them catches, and it's all burning, and Taliesin is burning with it.
Caitlin.
It's Daph's usual nightmare. Not that she usually has them, but if she does, it's this one. But it has, like, all of the sound from her recordings of the day, the pieces of rioting happening, the voices of this new group piling over each other about what could possibly be happening in this place. But what Daph sees is like the sunlight kind of hitting her eyelids. She keeps her eyes closed. She feels a presence next to her. And she opens her eyes, and it's her wife, Melanie, who's saying good morning. She can't hear the words, but she hears the audio from everything during that day that she's recorded. But she sees the scene, and she follows her wife through to breakfast, to coffee, to talking about who's taking the kid to school. And it's the juxtaposition of all this chaotic sound with this kind of beautiful, warm, normal domestic scene. And it's just breaking her heart. She kind of starts to feel overwhelmed with this feeling of just not asking the right questions. As she looks at her wife, as she sees her teenage daughter coming down the stairs, as she gets in the car with her, she's not asking the right questions.
Last but certainly not least, Hannah.
I'm gonna start with like kind of the breaking point because I kind of have something written out here. So Layla's breaking point is a familiar feeling of being on an op, not having any information, and feeling like there's no control over the situation she is in. She can't enact any agency on the moment. And the nightmare. I'm just gonna read out this like short little thing I wrote. The hiss of a radio rings out as Layla feels weightless in a dark void. Pressure pushing in on her lungs as she surfaces, coughing up water has lodged in her lungs. Dragging herself to the shore, the chittering of an unknown, unseen killer still played back in her mind. Just a hiss of her radio. Poppy, Sohali, Hank, Piazza, Short Stack, Jack. She called their names out repeatedly, but each time the static got louder as the memory forms. It was like an antenna that had been constructed in her head, and with each name she uttered, it began broadcasting a new and contradicting signal. Whoever was in control of the receiver was quick in randomly twisting the controls. The dark had not left her when she left a pool of water full of decay of enemies best not acknowledged. The small sea shelf she found herself on was pitch black. Heavy dark clouds hung above that didn't let any of the satellites that might reflect the closest sun's rays do their nightly duty. She was alone with her thoughts and her guilt, standing, shaking uncontrollably. But she's a soldier. She could not, should not cry. And then she was face first in the dirt. Truly powerful explosions. Force hits you before you hear them. So she slowly sputtered, spitting up mud, the ear-piercing screech and rumble of the explosives. Her squad left in that nest filled her head and heart, the reverb bouncing her chest as she savored the second that the radio static was silent. The sky lit up, as did her surroundings. Decay, corpses floating her towards the distant shore, the smell of burning human flesh. And the static returned once again.
The static returns. Everything burns. Laughter continues to chime out. Crying out for souls you can't reach, for someone long gone. It all fades. In silence. As your fear takes hold, you find yourselves falling into darkness. Pulling back, almost a void, light and sound swallowed whole, but it's comforting. You feel warm. Your fear melts away in this strange embrace. Mother's hug, a lover's embrace, until a chilling breath brushes past your ear. Do not worry, child. You are safe with me. And you catch the glint of metal. The warm embrace within the void turns frigid, suffocating as you find yourselves tangled in a web of cables. You are safe with me, but I need your help. Again, that chilling breath seems to surround you. Smothering you, working its voice into every crevice of your mind. You are safe with me, but I need your help. Your alarms chime out. And you awaken. I feel like I was hitting the wrong one. Oh well.
So creepy as fuck.
That was creepier, baby, possibly.
Just saying that all those cables in there.
Quiet
just
chime,
probably...
waking you up to another correspondence. Another correspondence. Another alarm. Another day. And that's where we're going to end it.
Everything is fine. Everything is awesome. Everything is great when you're part of a team.
There's no problems here in West.
I got major Akira
good.
vibes on the last bit.
The thing is with this is that you are going to get a permanent stress die. Next session, we'll start you all off with rolling panic rolls
Fair. That's fair.
to see what your response to that was. But yeah, we are ending it there, folks. And we have successfully used all of the fucking villain points. So,
Yay.
For now.
so
So the stress pool stays the same for those of us who didn't have any stress rolls.
So the way the stress pool works is that for each point of stress you have, you can reduce that by 1, about 5 to 10 minutes that you spend in a safe space or over the course of a shift. So you would be able to sleep pretty much all of your stress points off.
Okay.
Except for this perma one.
Cool.
Everything's fine.
Mhm.
I'm doing great. Everything's chill
Alright.
and cool and nice.
My
And if we
theories
could go
page
back
went-
around in the same. So many theories.
Oh Lord.
It's 2 pages.
So
long.
many nerves. But we've got oh no. Means I'm doing my job. But we've got some outros to get through, so
Everybody else missing Meg. There's glitching.
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Oh, there we go.
She's back.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, so outros. Leo, you're up.
Hi everyone, Copper Leo. I played Chad Kowalski tonight. You can find me on Twitter at CopperLeo21. I'll be back again this next Monday for VHS Turkey Terror. So keep an eye on me for that. And then I'll also be back again the Monday after that, which, the 21st or whatever? And we'll be back again here for Aliens as well. So stay tuned in. Let's see what's going to happen next. I'll pass it over to Dale.
Hi, everybody. I'm Phil Prime. If you really must, you can find me at FailXPrime on Twitter. I'm going to tell you right now, you do not want to go to my Twitter. Like, it's a fucking disaster. It's just... Unless you want to, watch me go down in flames, just completely trolling and burning Elon Musk for the next rest of the year, just stay away from my Twitter. That's all I can say. You can find me here for Alien. And aside from that, I am working on content with some amazing creators over at Singularity. So as we get more and more stuff rolling there, you'll be able to find me there. And with that, I will pass it along to Cass.
Hi, I'm Cass, also known as Yoda Almighty. I don't exist on social media, and that's by design. You can come hang out in the Lost Caravan Discord, and I will share my theories page and screenshots of it if anybody is willing to see my chicken scratch handwriting. I lurk during the day while I'm at work. That rhymed. Didn't mean to make that rhyme. And I will be back again in 2 weeks when Meg finally successfully kills us all in a TPK. So
There's always one survivor.
Just in time for us Americans to eat our feelings with the terrible holiday. But there you go. So, and I will pass it on to, oh crap, I forgot who was next. Was it Kid?
Is it me, Jesus?
Baby Jesus.
Hey, I'm Kit. I play Dr. Taliesin Lang. and I cannot believe I survived today. You can find me on a couple of places, most often on Twitter at KitRollCause, and also in the comments of our Twitch at the same thing. Yeah, most if not everything that I'm doing TTRPG wise will be on that Twitter. So if you want to see more of this hot mess, come find me there. Cool.
Sweet. I think that's me then.
I think that's you.
Yeah. Hey everybody. I'm Caitlin. I played Daphakino Griggs tonight, amateur reporter. We'll see how that goes. You can find me on Twitter at Kate J. Kenny. I am a writer for the stage, the screen, and for games. So you can see some of my work at MPX for plays in particular, and soon the Blacklist. And I am very excited to be back here in 2 weeks' time to hopefully not be murdered.
I guess, as Meg has been saying, last but not least, I'm Hannah. I've played Layla Farouk tonight. I'm very excited in 2 weeks' time when you'll see me here again, holding a door while everyone. Glory. Very much looking forward to that trope. Beyond that, you can find me on Twitter at Hannah Dory, where I do weird things on the internet and I will not elaborate.
Great.
Be the game mother for this evening and psychologically freak these people out, even if I didn't get to kill them this time. But it's okay. I have 3 more sessions to attempt to do so. So stay tuned. As far as where you can find me as Meg Mysteria on everywhere that's relatively important. Twitch, Twitter, Itch. I have a TTRPG up on there called Bite. That was actually run here on Last Caravan. Copper Leo was actually an OG player and then got to come back for a reprisal. And
my role is Christopher Walken.
if you're interested in watching some silly Honey Heist-esque hijinks, or if you missed the first episode of the series, you can find it on the Line RPG YouTube page. As far as what I've got coming up next, hold on. Imagine actually using your planner. Looks like the next thing I've got coming up is actually going to be our next session for this. So that'll be on the 21st. There is some planning stages going on, like Phil said, with Singularity. So once that's out, we will definitely make an announcement and try to plug that. But until then, Lost Caravan's got something almost every single day this month. And there's plenty of other places that you can go find fantastic content where you can probably see a number of these fantastic people. As for what's next, it looks like we have a raid set up to go to the Lollygaggers. So if you want to stick around and say hi to them, we encourage you to do so. In the meantime, hope you guys have a good night. Bye.